Welcome to Dragracing 101. I'm Paul Huizinga, and today we're going to talk about the Christmas tree and staging lights. This is an area where beginners have trouble all the time. You'll see them pull all the way up to the tree and stop. You'll see them stage on the back wheels. To avoid all that, we're going to go over the basics here today. Now, the tree controls the start of the race, and there's a lot going on, so let's start at the top and work our way down. The first pair of bulbs at the very top are the pre-staged lights, followed by the stage bulbs beneath them. Below that, there are three LED amber bulbs, a green bulb, and a red bulb. As the cars stage up, the lights on each side of the tree illuminate the turn from top to bottom. Let's take a look at how the staging system works. First, you're going to move in until the pre-stage light lights. Now, this doesn't have anything to do with the rest of the timing system. It's just to warn you that the stage beam is coming up. So move a little bit further in. Now you're staged. When the other guy is staged as well, the tree can drop at any time because both stage lights are lit. Now, if you want to go in a little bit further, turn off the pre-stage light. That's deep staging. That's all there is to it. The pre-stage and stage lights are controlled by photocells mounted 2 inches above the track surface, and the beam of invisible infrared light between them is broken by your car's front tire. A standard starting line setup has the pre-stage and stage beams crossing the track 7 inches apart, so from the point where you first break the pre-stage light, you have to move forward that distance to turn on the stage light. Once the cars in both lanes have their stage lights on, the starter can press a button and start the race, or the timing system can be set up to automatically start it after a random delay. Some tracks also use an auto start system that will activate the tree 7 seconds after both sides are pre-staged and one car breaks the staging beams. If the other guy has his stage beam lit, don't get caught napping with yours off. Your reaction time is partly determined by how far you roll into the beams. Going in until you just first turn on the stage light is called shallow staging, and it lengthens your reaction time but reduces your elapsed time. That's because the reaction timer stops counting and the elapsed timer starts the instant your front wheels clear the stage beam. When you're shallow stage, you effectively have a 7-inch running start before your time begins. Let's say that you want to get your reaction time down. To do that, you can deep stage, which means rolling in until the pre-stage bulb turns off, but the stage light is still on. Your car will take less time to clear the beam once you've started moving, so your reaction time will be quicker. Now, not all classes of competition allow deep staging, so check first, and be sure to write deep on your front and rear windows so the starter knows not to hit the switch until you've had time to go all the way in. Once both cars are staged and the tree is activated, the amber lights will flash and the race begins. If you're racing on a sportsman tree, each of the 3 amber lights will come on in sequence, half a second apart, followed by the green light below. Remember though, if you wait for the green light before launching the car, you're going to have a very slow reaction time, because it will take a moment for your car to move out of the staging beam. Try starting out by leaving on the last amber bulb, and practice getting into the rhythm of the tree. The other type of tree is a pro tree, where all 3 ambers flash at once, followed by the green. In professional heads-up classes, the time between amber and green is usually 0.4 seconds, but there are some race classes where the interval is a half second instead, so you'll hear people refer to it as a 400 or a 500 pro tree. No matter what kind of tree you're running, if your tires clear the stage beam before the green light turns on, the red bulb will light and you'll be disqualified. The secret to winning races is to learn how to stage your car properly and react quickly to the tree without leaving too soon and red lighting. Now that you know how the tree works, let's talk about a few things not to do. Double bulbing is when you pull forward until both the pre-staged and stage lights are on before your opponent even has a chance to get pre-staged. Some race organizations enforce what's called courtesy staging, where you have to wait for the pre-stage bulb on the other side before you can pull into the stage beam, and you can be disqualified for double bulbing. Even worse is triple bulbing, where you pull in deep with only your stage light lit before the other guy even has a chance to get up to the line. Another thing to avoid is pulling in too far, then backing up without moving forward again. Sometimes the starter will back you up for some reason, or you may realize that you went in too deep. Remember that the NHRA rulebook says that the last motion into the stage beam must always be in a forward direction. This prevents you from accidentally launching the car in reverse, which is bad for everybody involved. Finally, if your car has a manual transmission with a clutch, you may find that it wants to roll forward or backward out of the lights when you're staged. Now, you can avoid this by using the handy built-in line lock in every car, the parking brake. Push the button in, hold it up until you're ready to go, and then drop it when you launch. Well, that's it for this episode of Drag Racing 101. Remember, the only way to get good at this is to practice, so we'll see you at the track.